Hello, all, and welcome to our latest edition of Big Game Players with myself, Super. And tonight we have no Banjo and no Doctor Who, and we're joined by Barry making his debut tonight.
Hey, doing super. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, Barry. No worries. So, Barry, Spurs fan, many years, right? All your life?
Yeah, long time, mate. Very long time. The
And
trials and tribulations, first fan, but yeah, here I am.
season ticket holder?
Yes, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, been up and down the country, go a lot with
yeah,
my son.
good. Look, for those that don't know, Barry's a good friend of ours, myself, Banjo, and we're look. Firstly, actually, let's start by wishing Banjo a happy birthday.
It's his birthday, yeah?
It's
Happy
his
birthday.
birthday today for Banjo, so he's at the game Man U v Everton, so he's there and watching his team lose currently against the 10-man Everton. So that's where and Dr. Ru's still on leave, compassionate leave. So hope you're okay, Dr. Ru. Hope things are good and look forward to having you back on soon, hopefully. Um, Without further ado, Bazza, let's start with Spurs Arsenal.
Uh, Tough day
Yeah.
yesterday, mate, for
After
the
you were at
club.
the game, right?
Yeah, I was at the game. It was a really, really tough watch. I mean, look, fair play to Arsenal. They bossed us all over the park, mate. But I do think the manner of the loss was very, very bad. I think the way we were set up to try and come away with maybe even a
Uh,
nil-nil. I don't.
As I say, Bazza, like watching the game. So, um, look, as a Spurs fan, any surprises in the lineup? The starting lineup.
Yeah, I thought he would
He
have
went to a
stuck with
three
the.
at the back, right?
Yeah, I thought he would have stuck with the back four, if I'm
Right.
honest. I thought he would have gone with. I would have liked to have seen Kuda, Xavi, and Odebert behind Ruani, but we were nowhere near that as an attacking force. I can see why potentially he was thinking about going with three at the back, but I just think the way it played out was can't have been part of his plan. Can't have been,
I
or
mean,
maybe it was.
I don't think you had a shot on goal in the first half. Not even a shot. Not forget on target. If I'm not mistaken, you did not have a single shot in the first half.
No, we didn't, and I think our expected goals was 0.03 before Richarlison scored, and that was even lower than the Chelsea game a couple of weeks ago, which was 0.05.
Wow. So what's the deal? I mean, look, Bazza, I'm speaking. I mean, last week on the show, me and Banjo, we cover this. We talk about a rivalry, Arsenal Spurs. Come on, it's not really a rivalry, is it? I mean, it is by location. It is like a North London derby, but they can't be. I mean, how chuffed can Arsenal be by beating Spurs at the moment?
You'll have to ask their fans, but I think there'll be parts of their fan base that just see it as another game because they're miles ahead of us as a club right now. If I'm going to be brutally honest, it pains me to say it. I think for us, up until if we go back historically, right up to 1991 when we won the FA Cup, we were a largely successful team. We hadn't won many league titles in comparison to other
Are you even
clubs.
alive, Bazza?
Of course, I was alive.
Yes. Okay. How old were you when that Gaza free kick hit the roof of the net?
I was 12
You were 12. Okay, fair enough. So,
in '79. So,
yeah. So,
but I think
and what's happened since? Because you've had players, you've had like phases. Where is the Spurs fan base at the moment? What's the expectation like? What is it? I just want to hear from a Spurs fan about what the realistic expectations are when you come into a season.
the fan base is very split. I think you'll have realistic fans who want to see us challenging for European places again regularly. And when I say European places, we've been used to getting into the top four for many years. When we had Poch, we were a bit spoiled in that respect. We didn't win any trophies, I'd like to see us challenging for cups, going deep into domestic cups. We're in the Champions League obviously this season. We won the Europa League last year. Champions League is going to be very, very difficult for us with the current playing squad that we have.
I mean, if you
Uh,
finish eighth, are you happy?
no, but realistically, that might be as good as it gets as things stand. I think the squad is short in quality. I think we're missing key players as well, and it shows.
Who's
But I
out?
think,
Who's out? I mean, I know obviously Solanke's out. He would help up top certainly.
yeah, Solanke hasn't kicked a ball all season. Kulusevski and Madison are obviously out.
Kulusevski, yeah, absolutely.
They're big
Madison.
losses. I'm a
So
bit
three,
bemused.
three potentially first team players there, yeah.
Yeah, three big players for us, and I think I'm a little bit bemused by the fact that Sarr and Bergvall haven't been getting more game time. I mean, Sarr was our best player at the start of the season. Bergvall looks a real talent.
And who's in there? Paulina's obviously in there. He's kind of cemented his place. And then who's playing alongside the moment? Who's keeping these players
And
out that you mentioned? Benteke. But again, he
yeah,
was key player pre-injury. Has it been the same since he got back?
he's getting there. He has moments. He has games where he's the player in the midfield for us who really helps us control games. Paulinia, some people may agree or disagree with what I'm about to say. I think he's tough tackling, very good in the middle of the park in that respect. But he's very one-dimensional on the ball. Very
Right.
rarely does he good. Very rarely does he look for a forward pass, which I think hampers us as well.
That might be a reason why it didn't work out for him at Bayern Munich, I'm assuming. They want to get on the front foot quickly. It's all good breaking it up at a team like Bayern Munich, but they need to get the ball moving, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would have thought so, but I don't. I'm not saying necessarily he shouldn't be in the team. I'm not sure the double pivot of Bentancur and Paulinho in there is going to work in every game, in certain games. I think in certain games you need to have Paulinho in there with the Sarr or Bergvall, who've got lots of energy, can be box to box midfielders. And I think there's games where we don't necessarily need Paulinho in there. You can have Bentancur alongside one of the other two.
So where are you at with your season?
In terms of,
Happy? Not happy? Frank's come in, change of scenery. Andrew's there. Andrew's losing every single game. Andrew finished 17th. Yes, he won the Europa League. So that gave you guys probably one of your best moments, I'm imagining, in the last 10, 15 years, right?
yeah, I mean, it was fantastic, the whole experience, and then obviously going there and winning it was brilliant.
Were you an
Um,
Ange in or Ange out?
a bit of both, if I'm honest. Because I had
If
lots of
all
injuries.
right, let me put it differently. What about if you've got the benefit of hindsight and what Frank is doing right now? Ange in or Ange out? Because I don't think Frank's doing a bad job. He's winning games, he's losing games, but that's where I expect Tottenham to be. But right now, with what you've seen, are you Ange in or Ange out? You can make the decision now, even with the benefit of hindsight.
Um, Probably Frank in just. I'm a little bit, and you asked me the question, where am I at with this season? I'm frustrated, and I'm not frustrated because of our points tally. I'm frustrated because of the way that I'm watching our team play. I'm frustrated because of the way I'm watching us lose games. We had a tough run of games that were coming up with Villa at home. We lost that. We lost away to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. We've lost to Chelsea in the league. We drew with United. We lost to Arsenal. So we've come out of this run with 1 point, and we're out of the Carabao Cup. We beat Everton away actually in the middle of
But
that run. I think good
as I
result,
said,
but
are you really rivals to Arsenal? 'Cause they can't be viewed, like you said, just another game. But let's get on to them now for a minute. I mean, they were good yesterday, right?
yeah, they were exceptional all over the park. I think
Eze,
for me, they were.
Eze's making a difference there, isn't he?
Yeah, Eze's making a difference, but I think they've just got match winners all over the park, Super. I think for me, I think their best player is, honestly, I think it's Declan Rice. He's a midfield general, mate. I've not seen a player like him for a long time. He's a fantastic player, mate. He's clever. He's clever on the ball, off the ball. Gives absolutely everything. He's a massive, massive player for them. What a good signing he was. Massive. I think it's a game changer
I
for
always
them.
say a good signing. Come on, they've spent over 100 mil on him. It's not a surprise that he's doing what he's doing.
It's not a surprise, but you never know, do you? I mean, all right, he's prem proven, but sometimes you pay a lot of money for a player, it doesn't necessarily not work out, but maybe you don't expect him to do as well as he's
Right.
maybe doing.
Likewise, when we look across London, Enzo Fernandez, 100 mil plus, he's showing what he's about at the moment. 100 mil plus, Caicedo really showing what he's about at the moment, like the last year or so. These players are not bought for big money for no reason, right?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, listen, Caicedo took a little while
He
to
did.
settle in. He was their player of the season last year. He's a top player. Enzo, quality as well.
Is Rice the
But
best midfielder in the Prem for you at the moment, or are you looking at
so
Rodri's or Rice, Rodri? Who else is in the talk? Caicedo, obviously. Where,
Rodri, obviously different class, but he's got his injury problem, so don't think we can really say he's in the mix right now. He's
if you could take
undoubtedly,
one player, one midfielder to put in Spurs right now, who are you taking? And you
if we're
can't have
talking
Zoboszlai.
in that mould, it's definitely between Declan Rice and Caicedo. It has to be.
What about Zoboszlai?
Playing right back, isn't he?
He's a right back. If you needed a right back, he might be. We'll come on to that in a bit. But so Eze yesterday got his hat trick, first Premiership hat trick in a North London derby by any player, if I'm not mistaken.
No, there's been four in history. It's the first one in a very long time.
Oh, in
But
Premier
Eze,
League history as well.
Premier League history, yes.
Right. Okay. So,
But
all right, well, I thought they said on the TV it might be the first one, but clearly wasn't. And so, what I said before the season, I weren't worried by Arsenal's signings. They was signing players and good side. I'm not, but I wasn't worried. And then they bought Eze, and I thought, shit, that's a serious signing. Him, he can play. Um, and it's
I think
proven
with
the
our
point. I mean, he was come on,
team,
he was never coming to Spurs, was he?
well, we were obviously very close,
He
and it
was
was a
never
case.
coming this way. I'll tell you the analogy, Bazar. This is how it works. He's weighing up his options in the club. There's girls in the club. He's weighing up his options. And Tottenham, where he's going to be his last knockings, 3 a.m. No other girls have taken the guy, and he's like 3 a.m. Well, I might as well just take Spurs. And I think that's what you guys were. Come on, he was never coming.
I don't think it's as clear cut as that because if you believe what you read, the deal was agreed and Levy stalled because it was down to the way that he wanted to structure the deal.
He's called
Um,
Arteta. Rumor
Pardon?
has it he's picked up the phone and called Arteta.
Yeah, he picked up the phone, spoke to Arteta. We were stalling.
Not
Havertz
not
got
not Arteta called him. He's
yeah.
negotiating with you guys, and while negotiating with you guys, apparently he's called Arteta and said, "Come and get me."
The big question is though, Super, would that deal have happened if Havertz didn't get injured at United? Because I'm not sure it would have. But we don't know. Listen, it may well have done, but you don't know. But for us, it was a case of what might have been,
And I
And
think
watching it,
a lot of teams right now would look at an Eze and think, what difference? But my belief is he wanted to stay in London. I don't think he was, I didn't really see Liverpool City's and United's interested, and I doubt they would just ignore a player like that. So my belief is he probably wanted to stay in London. But full circle, right? Are we talking about a lad who got rejected by Arsenal as a youth?
got rejected by Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan as well, so I'm sure he's absolutely buzzing to be at the club. But I
Yeah.
tell you, watching him yesterday, he played the game at his own pace. He was exceptional. Undoubtedly, it's the best game that he's played for
Yeah.
Arsenal because I think a little bit up and down with his performances, shown quality at times. But yesterday he was uh, brilliant.
And
Looking,
a weekend that belongs to Arsenal, right? Newcastle, Man City. Well, let's start Saturday. Liverpool Forest. I was at that game. Did the drive up there, and yeah, I mean, we. I said last week we're back in. We're back out now. I'm officially putting us out again. We won't be winning any leagues. In actual fact, um, it's the first time I've thought slot out.
Really, yeah. There seems to be a lot of that. It's,
It's the
it's,
first time I think he's proving inept. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think we went in the summer like kids in sweet shops picking up all these like little toys off the shelves and sweets and everything. And then I don't think he knows what he's doing with them. He's got them all there. He's he's playing our best centre mid at right back. You know, he's playing. He's
still too.
ending games regularly at the moment. Two in the last five, six, with two midfielders in defence. It's a big concern. Kanate playing like a complete donkey back there. Bloody awful. um, and
Now, is that down to the way the manager is setting you up? Is it a bit of both?
sorry, what's that, Baza?
Konate, is he playing as bad as he's playing because he wants out? Because his contract ends in the summer,
His
right?
contract's ending. His head's all over the place. Madrid won't want him. If Madrid are watching these performances, they don't want him. In actual fact, I've heard that they've moved on to a Pamecano anyway. So they don't want him. And if he doesn't watch what he's doing, I don't think Liverpool are going to want him. And that's what the rumours that he's asking for 350k. Bloody madness. Who's going to give that guy 350k a week?
It's not worth anywhere near that.
We haven't got a six. We need a six now. We've got to realise now, Gravenberch is not. I think he'll be good next to a six, Gravenberch, but we've been found out a little bit there because I think we caught teams by some. Not surprised, but he played there last season. I was listening to Cundy on the way home. Actually, it was an interesting one because although he's a real hater of Liverpool, and the guy in the car with me was getting annoyed actually by him to a degree, but I was agreeing with everything he said. We weren't great last season. We won the league. We were good. We weren't
Yeah.
great. We won the league because everyone else was so bad. Pretty much the Klopp team. And then this season, Slot's wants to put his own mark on it. Apparently, he's making a dog's dinner out of it at the moment. It's not good. You know, um, 3-3 nil defeats on the bounce. That's not. Our last three defeats have all been 3-0. That's just not acceptable.
A couple of things for you, though, Super. So I was reading today that you've lost 6 games already this season. At the
Yeah.
same stage last season, Ipswich had lost 5, and they ended up going down. I'm not suggesting you're going to go down, but it shows where you're at right now as a team.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ipswich at the same time didn't win their first five, so that's one thing I would say. We
Yeah.
won't go down, but top four won't be as easy as we think with things as they are. That will, and I don't get why are you buying a 125 mil striker? Let me ask you, Bazza. In a typical game, how many chances does Haaland get made for him?
Haaland.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, Haaland is he's
no,
he's a
no.
different. Everything goes
Question. Answer the direct question for now. In a typical Man City game, how many chances will Haaland have?
3, 4,
Three or four. How many will he self-create?
next to none.
Perfect. Exactly. I agree with you. Next to none. Isaac at the moment is getting none. None. He's not getting none. He's not getting three or four chances made for him like Haaland does. He's getting absolutely zilch.
Mm.
And I want to know when you went and bought Isaac, when you went and bought Verts, when you went and bought Kirkez, when you went and bought whoever you bought, what was your plan? Did you have one?
And I think that's where the problem lies. I think he's tried to accommodate Verts by dropping Soberslai to right back, and I think. I mean, I was chatting to one of the boys on the weekend who was saying Soberslai's he's playing a hybrid role, but okay, he might be playing a hybrid role if that's how you want to, if that's what you want to call it. But I watched bits of your game on Saturday, and he was starting very, very deep. He's getting into the midfield, and it was leaving you guys exposed. That was one issue that I noticed literally straight away when I was watching
Yeah.
some of the game. And he's the engine in your midfield for me. He's a massive loss in there. Such an important player for
Got
you.
two right backs on the bench.
Yeah, I know.
Andy was
Yeah.
on the bench and Gomez was on the bench.
Well, Curtis Jones could do a job there as well if you
Well,
want to play.
yeah, that's what I mean. Why is our option for right back Zoboszlai, Curtis Jones? They're two midfielders.
Yeah,
Play your
exactly.
midfielders in midfield.
Mm, yeah, yeah, doesn't make
It's
sense.
um, it's a madness. But you know what? Forest did what they did, and for the first 30 minutes, we had a couple of chances, and then Forest, Sean Dyche, fair play, right?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing all right. He's doing a good
He's
job.
gone there to sort out Angie's shit that he's left behind.
It's a great result for them. I think when you look at the way they're playing and they all seem like they want to play for the manager, that there were question marks about whether or not Forest could go down, but I think they're going to be safe when you look at it right now.
Well, they've got a couple of good players in there actually that deserve a mention for me on the day. Murillo played really well and got his goal. We'll come on to that goal in a minute actually. But beyond that, you've got Elliot Anderson playing
Good player.
really well. He's
Really.
going to be linked, and actually, it wouldn't be unsuited to Liverpool as a holding midfielder. Um, and then you've got Morgan Gibbs White, obviously they're a really good talent there, right?
Yeah, he's good player. We're obviously very close to him. That all went wrong as well.
I
But
don't think the
he's
Greek was going to let that one happen, Bazza.
no. But it was. I mean, he's come out and said that his missus was had complications with a pregnancy. That was part of the reason why they stayed. He signed a 1 year contract extension, which was really odd. It looks like it's a short term fix there for Forest and Gibbs White. I think he might be on his way next summer. Super.
You think he might be okay? And who you think Spurs City? Who's going to be looking at him?
I don't know. I'd take him because there's lots of
I say
question
you're
marks.
taking, but you got Madison there, you got Kulusevski,
Yeah, the thing. I mean, look, we signed Xavi in there, and he
Xavi
does.
Simons, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a lot to prove, that young boy. But you've got Madison's going to be 30 soon. How much longer can he play um, Premier League football? He's very injury prone. Kulusevski, he's a talent. Let's see how he recovers and how he performs when he comes
But
back.
yeah, I mean, look, the thing that really annoyed me about Liverpool as well, I'll tell you one, you know, the thing that really annoyed me, we had no answers. When we fell behind 2-0, they scored
Yeah,
early in the second half. We absolutely had no answers. And the worst thing is, we've had a bad run pre-international break. You come out after the international break, you've got 7, 8, you know, it's a nice stint now before the next international break. And then you look at the you look at the fixtures on paper and you think Liverpool could build on a little run here, get something going. And then the very first game back, we lose 3-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. They've got Forest fans singing to Slot in your head,
really.
zombie. Singing to him in your head. Forest fans at Anfield, bottom three team, are singing and taking the piss. And he's sitting there with no answers.
Yeah, which is really bad for a club like Liverpool. Do you think the board will pull the trigger and get rid of him sooner rather than
I
later?
think he's got 4 or 5 more games. They can't be seeing that. I mean, he's got credit in the bank. He won the league. He did secure the league, but they won't be happy watching that non-stop. They can't
No,
be.
they won't.
They can't be.
Can't.
But
Thing is,
look,
you mentioned as well,
yeah,
Super, pictures on paper. You don't have a bad run of fixtures. Obviously, Forest, you lost that. That was the first
yeah.
fix.
You're looking at a team in the bottom three at home.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
You
you look at
start by
fix.
losing that?
Yeah, and when you're playing the way you're playing, no fixture's easy, right?
No, no. So there's been calls from a few of the pundits that Liverpool need to go back to basics. I don't know where we go. Let's see. I mean, he's got a home game against PSV on Wednesday. Hopefully, you know, he can beat a Dutch team. If he can't do that either, I think, you know, maybe it's time for a bit of sayonara. Thank you, but off you pop. Um,
Hard to replace him though, Super, if he does go.
well, I know a certain German who, you know, we can try hard to get back. Um, He's had his break, so I don't think he'll be. Yeah, he's not been overly impressive for me, and yeah, look, he's had enough airtime. He him Canate. He could take Canate with him. He's useless. Just don't understand what some players have to do to get a game. Um, Newcastle, Man City. So Arsenal, good start to the weekend from Liverpool, lose at home to Forest. Then you've got Newcastle v Man City.
Yeah,
Entertaining
it was.
game.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think Newcastle deserved their victory, and I think that this is for me. This is the big difference this year. This is why I think I can't see past Arsenal winning anyone winning the league ahead of Arsenal because games like that. Look at Arsenal; they went up to St James's, they ground out a result, they won the game. City went up there. Newcastle caused the same problems that they caused every team when they're at home. But City didn't come through the
What
game. But
what happened there? I mean, I didn't watch the game. I was on my way back. I was listening to bits and bobs. So Newcastle, quite an underestimated player for me, Harvey Barnes, right?
yeah, he's a good player. He always seems to do well for them when he plays, but he's always in and out of the team. He's a goal scorer. He's a threat.
Quite a direct threat.
Yeah,
Always, you know. And they've got that in Newcastle because they've got him, they've got Gordon, they've got Alanga, and they've got Murphy. They're all quite, all got a bit
yeah.
of pace about them.
I think they would have hoped him to have hit, but that Jacob Murphy, mate, he just keeps coming back. He always proves his doubters wrong. That boy, he's not a bad player as well. To be fair,
Bit of an enigma, is he?
yeah, literally.
And they've got themselves a little cult hero there, and that Voltamada.
Yeah, he's a good player. I think I like their midfield three as well. I think they've got a bit of everything in there
They
in
have.
Inter Bruno.
And I was out
Uh,
with a Geordie on Saturday night, actually. And a timely thing he said to me that's quite important for him is Livramento and Lewis Hall both back as well.
both playing. No Dan Burn, he's suspended, but um, yeah, good. They've got a good defence as well.
So you
They're,
expect them to start climbing the table.
yeah, I mean they're mid-table at the moment, aren't they? They had a poor start, but that'll be a massive confidence boost for them for sure. See where they can go, but Newcastle are a decent outfit.
Man City on the day, not good enough, or just didn't. What was your
Not
take
really.
on them?
Not really. I mean, you look at the winning goal, and when they show you the still of the replay, Bruno definitely he looked offside. I couldn't get my head around it. He looked offside, but they didn't give it. And Newcastle went on to win the game. But I think City are just they're missing something this season to really go and challenge. Obviously, Rodri is not fit. I think they
Did he
look a
play
little
on Saturday?
didn't play. No, he wasn't
Didn't
even
play.
the. I think they look a little bit disjointed when they're going forward at times. Don't get me wrong; they look like a massive threat at times as well. But I think they're just one or two players short. If
Doku,
I'm honest.
Doku playing?
Doku played. Yeah, he played. He came off. Pep took
He
him
had the
off.
game of his life against Liverpool.
Yeah, he didn't have his best game the other day. He did all right, but no, nowhere near the performance
No,
that he put.
no go for Haaland.
No goal for Haaland. Yeah, that's the
Wow.
trouble. Well, they don't win, do they? That's the thing. What's he scored? The odd percent of their goals this season.
Oh, he's scored a lot. Is that so? Like we said, played into Arsenal's hands, 6 point lead now. Look, it's not over. There's a long way to go, but it certainly helps weekends like that, right?
Looking ominous for the rest of the league. I mean, look, there's a big game this weekend.
And that
Chelsea are.
looking ominous, you as a Spurs fan, now that Phil, if they were, you must be supporting every man and his dog to try and beat them at the moment.
Literally, I feel like I should be wearing the top of every team that plays them every weekend. Super.
Is it Chelsea from next weekend?
Chelsea, Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. That's I'll tell you, they come through that. It's going to be a nervous time for us Tottenham fans.
You're going to be paying out, would you, if you're a bookie, if they come through that?
I don't know if you're going to pay out quite yet, but you won't be far off. Still very. No, listen, they could have a massive loss of form, lots of injuries, but They beat Chelsea.
That's why you've been so hopeful when you say that. Well, almost like you're willing it on. Lots of injuries, lots of
Listen, I don't want anyone to suffer any serious injuries, but an injury here or there and a loss of form.
Let's let's look at some other games. Let's run through the weekend. Let's go Villa next. They were one down yesterday. Marlon coming on at half time, changed the game, arguably. Quite direct.
Got an assist straight away.
Got an assist straight away. Morgan Rogers, cracking goal. Scored a similar position to where he scored against your boys, right? A couple of weeks back.
Yeah,
Obviously, yes, there was a free kick against you. I think it was open play. Um, he's another one, Morgan Rogers, isn't he? So the country seems to have a lot of these like tens at the moment.
yeah, I think that they do, but also I think the English talent this weekend on show in terms of goals being scored was, I mean, Tuchel be rubbing his hands together. I mean, you obviously had Eze scored a hat trick, Morgan Rogers scored a couple of goals. I mean, that Callum Wilson's not in the England squad, but he's an English player who scored a couple of goals at the weekend. But yeah,
Welbeck,
Welbeck
there's
scored as
been
well.
talk of a recall at some stage for him. Barnes, if he wanted to go there, but I don't think he's going that. I don't think he's on the radar necessarily, is he?
No, I don't think he is. But yeah, you talk about tens. It's there's a lot of options in there for England for
How
sure.
highly do you rate Morgan Rogers?
Good player, mate. I think he's comfortable at Villa. I think that's part of the reason why he's doing so well. He was obviously at City. He was released, but can certainly see him moving on to bigger and better things.
Gibbs White
Um,
also released from City, right?
yeah, they've let a lot of talent go. A lot of talent.
Who would you
But
take, Gibbs White or Rogers or Eze?
well, I wouldn't take Eze now. He bloody messed us about, didn't he? So certainly wouldn't take him. But I'll take either of those. I think Rogers is more of a goal threat than Gibbs White. I think Gibbs White's he's more a creative player, if you like. So, but yeah, either one of those would be delighted with either one of
That'll
those.
be in demand. Speaking of
Absolutely.
English players in demand, so Villa, yeah, another good win for them, climbing the table slowly but surely. Obviously, Villa. So Emery, fair play. He's got them working again there. Um, Palace, top four, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, at Villa are fourth. They started they
Oh, they
started
went
off
fourth yesterday, did they? Okay,
they started off terribly. They didn't win a game for the first 5 6 games, and they've climbed right up the table.
that's
They're
right.
right
They're
in
fourth. Yeah, correct. Palace fifth.
Palace fifth. Really like their manager. Super,
That
if I'm on it.
Gay, he should stay there. More chance of Champions League than Liverpool.
Nah, don't be silly.
What do
Don't
you
be
mean?
silly.
He's top.
Nah.
They're fine. They were fourth on Saturday, fifth now, but
Yeah, nah. Listen, they've got a good team, good players. They obviously lost Eze. Their levels haven't dropped. Glasner's got them playing some. That they're still playing the same way, and I think that's. I
good
think he's
manager.
destined. Yeah, he's destined for a big job, mate. He must be. He's to lose your arguably your best player and still play the same way, the same produce the same kind of performances despite losing Eze is you got credit to the manager and the players as well. To be fair,
Okay,
um,
so you feel that, and then what about when we look at? So you've said that with Glasner and doing a good job there. Adam Walton, another one linked with a move next summer.
top player, mate. Another good player. Um, Likes to get on the ball and go forward a lot. You
Forward,
watch.
yeah. I was speaking to a
Yeah,
Palace fan yesterday, and that's what he said. He goes on the ball, wins it, makes a few mistakes, gives it away a bit, but only because he's mainly looking, let's go forward.
yeah, he very much looks to go forward a lot of the time, Super, and a lot of the time he's looking to make decisive passes as well. A little bit injury prone, but he may well be past that. But I watched Palace as well as the Liverpool game on the weekend. Was flicking between the two, and he was top player, really good player. Enjoy watching.
Linked linked with Liverpool actually for next summer. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. Um,
United, aren't they? They've been linked as well.
United, I think well they've been it with him, Elliot Anderson, Belieber. So a few of these players are sort of on radars at the moment. Chelsea going about their business second. Another win
Yeah,
for them away to Burnley.
the
I mean,
2-0 away. But
they were expected to win it, obviously. But what's your thoughts there?
I
Is
think for Chelsea,
Chelsea, can they
they're,
challenge, or is it a
I think
bit
they're
too soon?
yeah, I think they're building something special. I think that was their third clean sheet in a row away from home. They've got a lot of talent. Can they win the title? Not sure, if I'm honest. I think they're at a different stage in their process to a club like Arsenal. I don't think you can rule them out. They're the closest challengers to Arsenal right now. And if they can manage to beat Arsenal at the weekend, we might be having a different conversation. But
And they're getting through this without Cole Palmer, yeah?
yeah, yeah, he's been out for a while.
Cole Will hasn't featured this season either.
Well, he's out for the season, isn't he? But
Yeah,
Cole is he's been out for what, half a dozen or so games, and he's apparently broken his toe at home or something in the last week.
and he stubbed his toe on the door or something.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So yeah, but
broken there. That is painful.
they've got good players all over the pitch, mate. You look at their back four, midfield is strong, attack is good. I think the biggest question mark for them is can they win a title with someone like Sanchez in goal?
Yeah, but
That's a question.
fair play to them though. They're pitching, very much pitching. Well, like you said, a big barometer will be the weekend, Chelsea v Arsenal. And I think you're going to find out a lot. Well, I don't think you're going to find out as much about Arsenal because I think they're showing what they're about at the moment. But yeah, you're certainly going to find out more about Chelsea this weekend. So, Baz, also can't go through the show without a mention. You mentioned Wilson, 2 goals, so fair play. He's another guy that keeps on going. Bournemouth fighting back though from 2 down to get the draw there. Fulham nicking a win,
Yeah,
1-0 win for them.
good result for them at home to Sunderland, who have been in great form all season. Although Sunderland are,
Have
you
they
know,
had their fun?
yeah, maybe, but I think their home form is key for them. I think that's really, really
Yeah.
important for Sunderland. But
So
good result there. They were quite low. They needed that win, to be fair.
Jimenez back in the goals. And then Brighton. I wanted to make a mention of Brighton this week because I saw somewhere that Fab Hertzler, their manager, apparently the youngest manager to 50 wins.
Which is pretty impressive, to be fair. How old is he? 37? It's quite young, isn't he?
I think he took over at 31. Wouldn't surprise me if he's younger than that.
Younger than that.
30, well,
Fair.
younger than 37, obviously, not younger than 31 for those that try to get funny. But yeah, um, doing a good job. They're a good team. They keep finding these players.
I was going to say, Brighton are their model is fantastic in terms of how they find players, managers as well.
Well, I've probably mentioned it on the pod before, but I listened to a podcast once with Paul Barber. That when I don't know if he's still there, Paul. I'm assuming he is, but he said that they have got right now, even as probably while me and you are doing this pod, they have got a alternative to every single player and member of staff at the club. They've got a short
Really,
list ready to replace.
yeah, that's super impressive, isn't it?
So they're not losing people and then like scrambling around who, where. They have got a short list right now. So when they lost the manager, was it De Zerbi? I don't know if it was De Zerbi just before. Sorry, Basil, you cut out there.
Yeah, De Zerbi, he went to Marseille, didn't he? They
Yeah, when they
replaced him.
lost De Zerbi, they had a short list that they went straight. They got their guy, but yeah, I thought Fab Hertzer, well done, deserves credit there. Right, Baz, I've got 3 questions for you
Come on, then
before
hit
we
me with.
before we wrap the show up. Who's the best Spurs player you've seen in your lifetime?
Best Spurs player I've seen. Oof. Um, it's been a few, mate. There's been a few.
Who's the top three or four? Go on, let's have a few out there.
Modric for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, Gareth Bale, undoubtedly.
Oh,
You've got your sons as well. Um, Ledley King was a favourite of mine.
yes.
But I think overall,
I was going to say it's only leading to one name for me for your favourite by the sounds.
um, no, I think it's one of the players on that list. If I'm honest,
Oh, it
uh,
is Kane,
Gaza as well.
Harry
Um,
Kane.
no, do you know what? I think honestly,
No,
my favourite player to watch was listen. Kane was a hero. He was a hero, absolutely. From where coming through the ranks,
yeah,
um,
but
I
not
think
the not the best.
I enjoyed watching Modric, mate. I enjoyed watching Modric more than any other player. He was
Okay.
different class for me. But yeah, I mean, look, Bale, your sons, your Canes, from an attacking point of view, um, fantastic talents. But
How long have you had your season ticket?
my first season ticket in '95.
Have you had a ticket since '95 or
Yeah, so I had it in '95, had a lull, and then um, came away for a little while, and then got the season ticket again. I couldn't even
who,
tell you.
who who's the
I mean,
top three opposition players you've seen live?
top three opposition. Well, see Messi at Wembley for Barcelona.
So no Messi, okay.
Um,
Was he as good in the flesh when you saw him?
yeah, he didn't have his best game, but you know when you watch a game live and you see a player when he gets on the ball and the way he moves around the pitch.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, him undoubtedly watching him was fantastic. I mean, that Barcelona team as a whole
yeah.
was fantastic.
Who
Uh,
else?
Listen, I've seen Thierry on replay against us on quite a few occasions, and he was quite possibly the best player to one of the best players to play in the Premier League. There's so many super. You've got Rooney's, you've got your Stevie G's. There's Lampard's. So many top players, mate.
Did Suarez ever bury you lot? He must have done. Salah's
Uh,
buried you lot.
Salah has. There's an untold amount of players that you
Yeah.
could honestly
Right, Bazza, Banjo's asked me to ask you a question. And
dominant.
I think you've got some explaining to do here, and the listeners they're going to be listening very keenly to this one.
All right.
You're on a WhatsApp group with Banjo.
Yes, I am indeed.
You are. He wants you to discuss and justify your comments that Romero and Van de Ven are a better partnership than Gabriel and Saliba.
No. That is not what I said.
It's
What
not. So
what I
Banjo's
said.
not on the show tonight to defend, but he said that you have come out with this allegation, and he goes, "I want you to ask Bazza about this and make. We need people to hold him to account to his comments."
All I said was if you put Van der Ven and Romero in that side, there'll be fine margins between what they can and cannot do versus Saliba and Gabriel.
That's
Fine margin.
that's not really true, is it, Bazza? Come on.
Listen, we'll never know. They're probably our two best players, but they're not in the same system as.
I
They haven't
don't.
got
I
the.
think what you mean is they're not in the same league, not the same system. You've doubled down a bit. You haven't really said, "I'm taking that back," and maybe you were premature. You're actually saying there's still not as much in it as what people
No,
might say.
listen, I don't watch Arsenal a hell of a lot if I'm honest because watching them actually it just rattles me. It stresses me out because I want to watch them lose. And at the moment, and over the years, generally they win a lot more than they lose. So, but no, they're both quality centre backs, Saliba and Gabriel. Gabriel is right up there with the best defenders around at the minute. So, and Saliba is an absolute Rolls Royce of a defender. So both look very comfortable, composed, got so many strengths defensively, and even from set pieces that we're seeing defensively and from an attacking point of view as well. So both very comfortable players on the ball as well. So yeah, they're
Okay.
top players.
Thanks for clarifying. Thanks for clarifying. Right, we're gonna look at
That's
some predictions. We're gonna start with last week's predictions. So
uh,
Super and Bat, go on, Bazza. Sorry,
no. What I was saying, that's as far as I'm going. I'm not saying any more.
you're not saying all right. Well, hopefully Banjo won't. Well, hopefully he won't continue it next week when he's back. Burnley, Chelsea at the weekend. Me and Banjo both went with an away win, so that's a point each. Bournemouth, West Ham. I went for a home win. Banjo went for a draw. Wow, he got that one right. Brighton v Brentford. I went for a draw. Banjo went for a home win. Not this, not too good for me. Fulham, Sunderland. I went for a home win. Banjo went for a draw. So I get a point there. Liverpool, Forest. We both predicted home wins. Wolves, Palace. I somehow went for a draw. Banjo went for an away win. Newcastle, Man City. Both went away wins. Leeds, Villa. Both went away wins. So both right there. Arsenal, Spurs. I somehow thought you guys might nick a draw, more out of hope than anything, I guess. Banjo said home win. So, and the game currently playing Man U Everton, I've said the draw. Banjo's on a home win, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Banjo, 3 for Super. Wow, that is bad. That's bad by even my standards, that one. Yeah, that's not good. That's almost like a Doctor Who prediction. I don't know if you listen, Bazza, but Doctor Who, renowned for bad predictions. So this week, let's see if you can beat Super.
Coming in, where are we starting?
Brentford, Burnley.
Home win.
Yeah, home win. City, Leeds.
Home win.
Yeah, I can't see anything but a home win there. Sunderland, Bournemouth.
Oof, that'll be interesting. Go for a draw.
Same here. Everton v Newcastle. 5:30 game. Nice little tea time game there.
Do you know what? I'm going to go for a home win on that one.
Everton, Newcastle. You're going for a home win. I'm going to go for a draw there. Tottenham, Fulham. You're an 8 o'clock game, are you, on Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday 8 o'clock. Got to go for a home win.
Yeah, I can't see anything, but I'm with you. And then we go on to Sunday, midday. We've got Crystal Palace at home to Man U.
Home win.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. Villa Wolves. Some
Home
sort of
win.
derby there, yeah?
Going to
Yeah,
be a home win.
yeah, home win. West Ham, Liverpool. I've got to go away win.
I think you'll go. I think you'll win that. I think you'll win that. And if you don't, Slot is banging trouble, mate.
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Home win. Come on, Chelsea.
I'm going to go for a draw. Okay. We finished the show, Bazza, with champ and chump of the week. So let's start with you. Who's your champ of the week?
Got to be Eze, hasn't it?
As I
North London derby.
think I agree, North London derby to get a hat trick. But you know what? I want to touch on this actually. Sorry, so late in the day because I should have brought it up earlier. What's the difference between I'm Liverpool with VAR this season. We've not had a single bean from them. I know last season everyone joked Liverpool and all that. I saw it all. It was all fun, funny. We've not had a bean this year. Talk to me about this weekend's decisions and the inconsistencies. So The players in front of Alisson, but it's okay. It's goal. Van Dijk 2 weeks ago, no goal. Even though probably Donnarumma's vision was less, he had better vision. With the player didn't sort of block his vision as much. And then Eze yesterday, there's three Arsenal players in front of Vicaria. What what's going on with these decisions?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday as well with us, and obviously what happened with what's been happening with Liverpool in recent weeks and over the weekend. It's the issue with officiating, though, isn't it? I don't think it's only a problem in England. I think it's an issue with officiating all over Europe. It's a
Yes.
big problem. I don't think there's much clarity with VAR either, because from one week to the next or one decision to the next, that they're changing their mind every weekend.
And then every now and again you get a little, oh, sorry, yeah, we made the mistake with that one. Oh, that's okay. Well,
Yeah,
it only
but
affected the game.
they're not coming out. And actually giving everyone clarity on what the rules are. That's why it's changing week by week. Depends who's on VAR. Because maybe one person who's on the video officiating thinks, well, a player standing in such and such a position is offside, whereas another person doesn't.
I've
There's
said
no,
there should be one or two central people that just make all the decisions.
yeah,
You can have your holidays off season, but when the season's on, 4 or 5 days a week in the Premiership, whenever it is, 3, 4, however many days, it's normally on a Saturday, Sunday, and possibly a Monday. You're going to be in the. I get sometimes simultaneous games, but rarely will they get a VAR at the same minute. I mean, that Newcastle goal the other day, apparently 4 minutes.
yeah, yeah, which is crazy. And they're using the semi-automated system as well, aren't they? So
It's just, but okay. But Eze, okay. I mean, let's not detract. Eze, champ of the week for sure. Who's your trump of the week?
same game.
Same game.
Thomas Frank.
Wow. Why Frank?
Yeah, I think the way he set us up, and look, I don't think it's all his fault. I think the players are to blame as well. But I think his first North London derby, to set us up the way that he set us up, and to instruct the players to play the way that they played. Although I've seen some video clips of him trying to get the players up and to press Arsenal higher up the field. Um, for me to lose a North London derby in that manner, because listen, I've been to many North London derbies and we've had a lesser team play against Arsenal. Listen, mate, Arsenal haven't had teams as good as the team they've got right now over the years as well, but we've had some awful teams and played against them, whether it's home or away, and actually had a go and caused them problems. Whereas yesterday, it was non-existent to me.
So
He
Frank. Okay.
thinks slot is very close for me, but
Well, I'll tell you
uh,
what. I've got three names of my list actually. Frank isn't one of them, interestingly, but Slot's one for sure. Kanate's one for sure. I mean, the listeners of the show will know they probably think I've just picked them two every week. Um, but actually, I've got a third one based on tonight's game. Idrissa
Idrissa,
Gueye.
yeah, that was
Um,
terrible.
did you see what he did?
Yeah, what's he thinking?
Slapped his own teammate. It looks like they might get away with it. 87th minute there, it's 1-0. Looks like he might. I mean, he'll have a big thank you to the rest of his teammates. But to go slap your own teammate, that's if you're going to slap someone, go slap Slot, wake him up. But yeah, no shocker. Bazza, thanks for joining on late notice. Appreciate it.
Thank you, mate.
Hope
Thanks
you've
for having
enjoyed it. Come on again soon, and
me. No worries.
hopefully you've been in a more joyous mood about your club. And
Yeah, listen, we've got PSV in the league this week. Can't PSG, sorry,
I was going to say
can be.
we've got PSV. We can't all be playing them.
No, PSG could be a lot worse, mate. Listen, we're in the Champions League. We've won a trophy. Big game Saturday. We need to win that. But yeah, thanks for having me on. And yeah, be happy to come on again for sure. It'd be nice to come on with the boys as well next time.
Definitely, definitely. Actually, next time we'll get you on with an Arsenal fan, and we'll check with Banjo whether that was what you said, but we'll check about that on the centre backs. Um, Banjo, enjoy your birthday, enjoy your long journey home. Hopefully, the defeat by the looks. Dr. Roo, hopefully we'll have you back on soon as well. Um, thanks all for listening. Please like, please subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, follow. If you're interested in anything in particular you want us to cover, speak to us. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Have a good week.
Cheers, Super. Have a good evening, mate.